but I know where to find the interview, yes. Sorry.
Nobody has. Ela está reclamando alguma interrogação, alguma pergunta. Could I make a comment?
Yeah.
Okay. That if nobody else has a question, you know, as I listen to Klaus Offe, I am very sad. Of course, I do go to Europe from time to time and I observe some of this, but I have not shared it, I have not lived it in Europe. But as I listen, it seems to me that I am listening to the account of an aging, receding, and dying kind of capitalism. That shows that, and that is not at all what I think is happening in the rest of the world. Yeah. And two thoughts occur to me. One is to underline once more that I think there really is a geographical shift taking place in this world, and it is of great importance to understand it. But the other is that I think there is a very good case to be made for the décroissance project in Europe, in the sense of an adjustment to the fact that it is really not necessary for so many people to work. And the idea is that, you know, you cannot have entitlement to an income unless you can find some kind of work, but the work which is being done, a lot of it is actually quite unnecessary. And of course that is a case for a social transfer from the productive sectors. And I really feel that it makes sense in Europe to speak about a transition to a so-called no-growth economy, but to a change to renewable energies, to a change to more money spent on, not on tangible goods, but on other services, of course, all the arts and so forth, which do not require such a material input, also for ecological reasons and so on. And that Europe has the capability and the social, what it requires to undertake such a shift in lifestyle. I don't think it is impossible, and I feel that perhaps that should be the project, and it fits well with basic income as a social dividend, as a right. But that does not mean that in the rest of the world there is not a case and necessity for economic growth. And I really would like to put this to particularly my European and North American friends for discussion, because the arguments which are advanced there regarding ecological reasons for moderating economic growth and energy and all these things make sense, but the requirements in many parts of the world do include economic development and economic growth, together, of course, with measures for social equity and so on. So I think the agendas have to be perhaps somewhat different in different regions of the world.
I fully agree to that. If we can get a different kind of growth, type of growth that involves progress in many dimensions and not just in the rate of accumulation, then all the better. But we need growth. We even need growth in Europe, if only for the purpose of maintaining peace. I remember a conversation of the leading theoretician of Roman Catholic social ethics, Oswald von Nell-Breuning was his name, when he was talking to the leadership of the social democracy. And he explained to them that it is not a God-given principle that every person must work. And they could not believe it, the Social Democrats, that a respected man, that was a symposium on the occasion of his 100th birthday, a respected man could say something against full employment. And the argument that then unfolded was full employment is needed to keep people off the streets. And that means keep them under surveillance, even if what they produce is not needed in any meaningful way. If you support this by a culture and a lifestyle of consumerism, the equation works perfectly. Keeping people off the street and providing them with a, well, at best, mildly positive and often stagnant growth dividend. Right? That is the secret of social and political integration. If you have a massive decline in economic performance, you have Greek conditions. That is what everyone, including all social democrats, fear. Right? And so growth, in your sense, is not needed. But in order to keep the system functioning, it is needed. This is the so-called bicycle theory of capitalism. Only if the bicycle rolls, it can stand upright. If it stops, it falls, with all the consequences, if you may use this slightly mysterious metaphor. But I mean, many conservatives today even say that we first need a new measure of social progress beyond GDP, and second, much growth causes more damage than what anyone would describe as progress. And of course, the famous document of Stiglitz-Sen and Fitoussi points in the same direction: develop a new understanding of what is good for all of us, right? And it cannot be GDP, and it cannot be full employment, but it is a wide open question, what instead?
Se não há mais perguntas, então eu agradeço a todos e especialmente aos dois palestrantes com essa brilhante intervenção. Muito obrigada.
Yeah, it was a bit exhausting. Yeah,